Welcome to the Code with Jason meetup. Today we're going to work on SaturnCI as usual. I'm going to share my screen here. Okay. So, Sanjeet, I don't think I've worked on this at all since last time you and I met.
Okay.
Um, so we're working on this gem caching bug. To be honest, I don't remember where we left off. So let me see if I can remember. I think we fixed it. Oh yeah, actually I remember this is fixed, but now there is a flaky test. Does that ring a bell for you? There's
Yes, yes, it
there's this
does.
test here, failed in these few places. Yeah. So let's fix that. I was thinking that I maybe wanted to add this like rerun 10 times button, but I'm not sure that I want to make that a priority after all. Um, anyway, first step, let me merge this branch now that this caching bug is fixed. Um, Git merge squash. Okay. Okay. That should get a test run going shortly. There we go. Okay. Now I do remember there's a bug with the log streaming, and I think maybe you've seen this too, Sanjeet. Um, when the logs are streaming for one build, you can go to another build that has completed and the logs stream in that one, which is obviously like that doesn't make sense because it's not the same build.
Yep. You wanting to keep them separate. That was one thing that is yet to happen, isn't it?
Yeah. So let's write a test that captures that bug. All right. So I got to find that area of tests. Um, Spec streaming. Yeah. So here we have system logs and test output. I'll open up both these tests. So for anybody who's not familiar, there's a system logs test and a test output test because we have the system logs tab that streams and this test output tab that streams. And I think the system logs one is a bit more robust than the testing one because there's certain behaviors that they kind of share, but there's no real point in testing those twice because that would be redundant. And so I'm doing the tests on the system logs spec because that's the one I wrote first. But I think I want a case for visiting a different log. So let's see. Currently, our contexts are. Let me see if I can do something here. Oh no, never mind. Okay. Before log update occurs, expect original system log content, staying on system log tab, visiting a different tab. Okay, let's add one for visiting a different build. Okay, I guess we'll want it to pretty much mirror visiting a different tab. Okay, so here we're visiting this path for this certain job. Let's see what that job is. Okay, so we want a different job to be able to visit. And so here, let's do let other job create job. Okay, so I think we want to visit the job path for this other job. Oh, this is interesting. This is not the path we want. We don't want test output. That I think is just an error. That should have been system logs. Okay, let me make sure that this old test actually works how I think it does. Anyway, we want to visit the other job path for system logs. Okay, and that test did pass. Um, let's see. Visiting a different build after the log update occurs. So this is where the log update occurs. And we're expecting that it doesn't have it. Okay. So if this test works how I think it does, it should fail, but no, it apparently doesn't work how we think it does. All right, so let's see what's going on. I'll put a pry here. Show browser equals true. Oops. Okay. So there is only one job here. Oh, because the other job needs to be on the same project, I think, is the reason for that. Okay. So let's address that. Okay. And this will be a little bit annoying, maybe. Let's see. So we create the job. And then maybe we can say job.build.update project job.build.project. And that'll put this new job in this in the same project. I'm calling it J because if I called it other job or job, it would conflict with one of the other values. It might be confusing. Um, J obviously isn't the most revealing name in the world, but the scope of this little variable is quite small. And so I think that's a price we can afford to pay. All right, so let's run this again and see if we get two builds now. And we do. Okay. Whoops. Yeah, and it still passes. And you can see when we look at both these jobs, they both say make change, which I think is just the default description from the factory. Yeah, here's the commit message. I want to make that something different because I want it to be clear that these two different jobs are two different jobs. All right, so we'll make the project the same and we'll make the commit message say make other change. Okay, that also makes it more clear which is the original and which is the second one. Okay. Okay, so here is this. You know what I think we want to do? I think we want to visit the other page and then trigger the update.
Yeah, that would make sense, definitely.
Yeah. Oh, but that's actually what we're doing. Okay. But maybe there's some kind of raise condition. Let's take a look. Okay. So here we're on the other job and we allowed the update to occur. It's not showing up here, meaning so far we're unable to reproduce the bug. Okay. Um, let me give myself a clue by going to the controller. Um, okay. So we're doing this job output stream. Let's take a look at that. Hmm. You know, it's not impossible that in the course of this refactoring, the bug got fixed. Let me rerun this and we'll try to reproduce this manually. I'll set my phone timer for, let's say, a minute and a half. Okay. When that goes when that goes off, I'll check back here and try to reproduce the bug manually. Well, let's just think logically. How could this bug occur if it can occur? So let's go to our view. Let's see, I think it's the job show. Okay, so here we're subscribing to this turbo stream, which matches job output stream.name. So let's see what job output stream.name is. Okay, it's the job's ID and the tab name. Oh, maybe this is a wild guess kind of, but what if it's the case that we visit the first tab, the tab for the first job? When we do that, it subscribes to this turbo stream, and then we visit the other page and it's still subscribed to that original stream. Maybe that's how the bug works. Um, do you get that line of reasoning, Sanji? Okay, so this is streaming, I think. Yes, it is. Okay, so I'm going to go to here, go to system logs. Okay, I have reproduced the bug manually. And I'm curious if I refresh this page. Oh, if I refresh this page, it's not still streaming right now. Okay, and it continues to not be streaming. This is not streaming, but if I refresh, it does stream. Okay. So these two bugs seem maybe related. But anyway, it does seem to be the case that if I load the original job first and then navigate to the other job, the bug is reproducible. All right.
So is it losing? Oh, I don't know. I'm slightly lost, Anyway.
Okay, let's get you unslightly lost. Um, so first of all, do you think you understand the reproduction steps for the bug?
No, take me through those. Take me through those, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first thing we have to do is visit this system logs tab, and we can see that it's streaming right now, and it may have just finished, unfortunately, but I can still show you the steps. We visit this system logs tab, and my belief right now is that when we do that, it subscribes to this turbo stream.
Hmm.
The turbo stream specifically for this job.
Yeah.
And then we visit this other tab for this other build, this other job. And this element is apparently you know, it matches, it matches, well, it matches whatever it needs to match. So it's like we come here and we get subscribed to this job. Sorry, we get subscribed to this turbo stream, and then we go here and we're still subscribed to that same turbo stream.
Yeah, yeah. Now I get it. Now I get it.
Yeah. So what I don't understand is, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me change this test so that it reproduces the buggy scenario. So we have to first visit the job path for the original job, and that will subscribe to the turbo stream. I don't want there to be a race condition. Um, so I'm gonna say let's expect the original content. Yes. Oh, this is actually already doing that. It's already visiting the original job path. Okay, let me do this. That might muddy the waters though. Okay, sorry, let me do this. All right, let me see if that does what I think it does, and then if it does, I can explain it. Okay, that did not do what I thought it would do. Let's take a closer look. So my intention is to first visit the original job. Oh, and this is interesting. That original job currently is the only one that exists. That doesn't seem to make sense. Okay, but anyway, this is the original job because it says make change, not make other change. If I let it continue, interesting. I don't understand why that other job didn't exist yet.
Should we put some sort of timestamps, in case to see whether it is some sort of delay in loading the browser?
That might be a good idea. But even before that, I'm confused because oh, okay. I am no longer confused. Um, Here we're visiting the original job, and then here we're expecting this original content. And I was confused as to why there's only one job because this other job gets created here. But we visit the
Okay.
page and then we create the job, meaning we've loaded the page before this other job exists. So we have to visit this original job again.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so now we do see both jobs. Okay, and we have the original system log content here. And so now when we allow this to continue, it's going to visit the other job path, and then it's going to make this HTTP request. Okay, and this does not reproduce the bug. But I have a hypothesis. Maybe it doesn't reproduce the bug because it doesn't do any streaming. Let's see if that does what I think it might. Oh, wait, sorry. Let me add an assertion there so it doesn't create a race condition. Okay. Okay. I'm going to put a pry here. Okay, so we visited the original job and we see that this new system log content showed up. Now we will let it continue. It'll navigate to this other job and then do another system log update. Huh, but the bug is not reproduced. Oh, I have an idea. Okay, sorry, let me run this again. My hypothesis is that it's doing a full page reload. I mean, that's not a hypothesis. It is doing a full page reload, and my hypothesis is that because it's doing a full page reload, it's not behaving the same way as it does when we reproduce it manually. So let's let's not visit this other job, but instead we'll put a pry here and I'll manually visit the other job. And if this behaves how I expect, I'll slow down and explain it again. Okay, so here we see the new system log content. Now I'm going to navigate to this other job, and now I will let it continue. There's the bug. Okay, so here's what I think is happening. We visit this page, it subscribes to the turbo stream, and then we navigate to this other tab, and it's still subscribed to this turbo stream, and so the buggy behavior um, occurs. It does the turbo stream update, and because it's still subscribed to this turbo stream, it puts this turbo stream's content into this tab.
So are you thinking that the solution will be to ensure that when it is in a certain tab, it subscribes to the correct turbo stream? Is that if we can somehow make that happen, it will solve the problem, you
I
think?
think that's exactly right.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, and before that, the question is, how do we, instead of doing what we are now, so right now we're doing this full page reload via visit, but that's no good because the full page reload apparently unsubscribes us from that one turbo stream and allows us to subscribe to the new one, which makes sense. So we don't want to do this. We want to navigate via turbo instead. Okay. So I'm just going to copy this entire test. I'm going to go to ChatGPT because there's a gap in my knowledge here. Um, okay. How do I navigate via turbo instead? Hopefully it's smart enough to figure out what I'm talking about. ChatGPT seems to do this new thing lately where when it gives you back code, it gives you like all of your code that you gave it plus your
Yeah,
change.
I noticed the other day.
Yeah. Oh, just turbo visit. Okay. Interesting. I'm honestly a little skeptical. That seems too good to be true. But let's try it out. Oh, it's having us create this, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I don't think I'm into this, especially since I don't even know if it's going to work. So let's try this. Um, path equals that. Actually, let's not even do that. Let's do this. Okay. Let's see what that does. Okay. Looks like that didn't do it. But let's try something here. Okay, so we're pausing before the turbo visit. Now it did the turbo visit. Now we'll let it make the request. Yeah, still didn't reproduce it. Okay, maybe I can just do a click. Okay. So let's see what we want to click on exactly. Okay, it's this build link. Let's see where that is defined. Okay, it's just build link, build ID. Okay. Yeah, click on. Uh, I don't think or is it just click? I don't even remember. Okay. I think it's click on. Click on build link. Then we want other job dot build ID. Yeah, other job dot build ID. Let's see what happens with that. Okay, error. Unable to find link or button. Okay, maybe I'm not supposed to have that pound sign. Let's see if we have any better luck with this. Okay, yeah. All right, and now we have to click on that system logs tab. And I think for that, we can maybe just do click on system logs. But I do want to avoid a race condition, so let me okay, we want to expect that it says nothing here yet. Okay. But wait a second. This already says nothing here yet. Let's make something kind of unique. Oh, we can go by, well, maybe a race condition doesn't even matter. But maybe it does. Okay, let's do this. Expect, oh, I already typed that, to have content, make other change count 2. Now I'll explain why I did that. So when we navigate to make other change, the commit message shows up here. But that's kind of dumb. Maybe we can do this. We can expect commit and then the commit hash. I don't know. Let's just go with what I have. Okay. So we visit this. Okay, then click on system logs. Let's see what that gets us. Okay. Wonderful. So now, if we let it continue, will it give us, no, it did not give us the buggy behavior. Okay, but let's see if that's just a race condition. Okay, so we're on this other page. We'll let it make the request. Okay. And that does reproduce the bug. So it was a race condition. All right, so right there, we need to add some kind of expectation to prevent it from continuing until it's sure that it's on the system logs page. Okay. Well, we could give this system logs some kind of unique content. I think that's a property of the job. Yeah, system logs. So here, say create job, system logs, other job system logs. Okay, so now I expect that we'll see other job system logs. Yep. So to prevent the race condition, we can say expect page to have content, other job system logs. Okay. So there's the buggy output. There we go. If I get rid of the binding.pry, does it still reproduce the bug? Ha, no. Okay. That's interesting. Okay. So we have to wait for it to update. That's interesting. How do we wait for it to update without just doing a sleep? Original system log content. Well, we can expect it to have the right content, other job system logs. Yeah, maybe we can just do that. Oh, and this should say it does not show the original jobs system logs. Let's see if that gives us the right behavior. No, it doesn't. Interesting. Okay. Race condition again, because it's expecting the original jobs logs here. And it does have the original jobs logs. There's just a delay. Um, let's think. I'm not opposed to doing a sleep if that's what it takes.
Yeah, I couldn't think about any other way other than sleep to make that happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's just do that. Yep, and there it is. But let me think for just a few more moments to see if I can think of anything better. Hmm. No, I can't think of anything better. But we can at least sleep a little less time.
Yeah.
Let's do it half a second. Well, let me get my binding.pry out of there. Okay. All right, so we've captured the bug in a test. I'll actually start a new branch. Um, fix leaky system log stream bug. All right. So here's the test that we've added. All right, now how do we fix it is the question. I'm gonna solicit help from ChatGPT. And then I'll paste the test failure. Okay, we'll see if it tells us anything smart. I don't have high hopes for this particular one. Let's see. No, we don't need to fix the system test. The system test works. Whoops. I didn't mean to stop share. I meant to stop this. Okay. No, the test works perfectly. We need to fix the bug. Make sure that each job's logs are wrapped in a turbo frame with a unique identifier. Hmm. Is that already the case? Okay, job output stream dot target. Hmm. This target doesn't have a name that's unique to the job. So that's something that we can change. Let's see if that does it. And thanks to the refactoring we did before, I believe this is the one and only place we have to change this. Okay. Well, it almost seems too good to be true, but that appears to fix it. Let me run this whole test file and see if all the tests still pass, and they do. Um, okay. Well, I'm going to assume that that really did work. It seems logical because, I suppose we're still subscribed to multiple streams, but when the stream updates, instead of saying, hey, put the content in the system logs tab, we're saying, put the content in the system logs tab for this specific job. Um, I just want to pause for a second, Sanjit, and make sure that you're caught up. I don't want to move on without you. All right, I'm following where we're at. If you're talking, you're muted or something.
Oh, can you not hear me? Hello?
I can hear you now.
Excellent. Yeah. Yeah, I understand the principle of what we are trying to do, but I didn't quite get how you went about it.
Okay, like how we went about the fix.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. Um, So let me do this actually. Let me commit and push this so we can have that going in the background. Fix leaky system log stream bug. Oh yeah. Okay, and I will set my timer. Okay. So let's do this. I'm gonna open up GitHub. Um, there we go. And we can make a pull request for this and look at the code. That's being really slow, so I'll open it like this. Okay, so as we discussed before, the bug is that we are subscribing to this turbo stream from a certain job output stream. And by the way, for anybody who didn't see this episode, this job output stream class, that's just a Poro, plain old Ruby object that I created myself. There's nothing special about it. I just created this to dry up some certain duplicated code. Um, right now, we visit a page, like we visit the system logs page for a certain job. It gets subscribed to that particular job output stream. My timer already went off. Let's check on this. Okay, sorry, I have to interrupt myself because I want to verify manually that the bug is gone. All right, so the logs are streaming. Now we visit this other job. Hmm. Oh, okay, hang on a second. This is just an artifact from before. That was there because the bug messed that up and left behind bad data, I think is what happened there. Okay, now is the log output still coming? It is. Okay. So now if I go to like some older job, go to the system logs. Oh yeah, it's still going to have system logs. It'll just be that job system logs, obviously. Okay, so let's see. It says June 30th, so that's not encouraging. Okay, but that was from the 30th. Okay. Okay, the logs still coming. They are still coming. All right, so I'll go to one from the 23rd. And these logs say the 23rd, not the 30th. So I know they're old. And so that verifies that the bug is no longer present. Okay, I'll continue with my explanation now. We would visit the system logs page for a certain job, and it would subscribe to the turbo stream for that job. The target was this div, which at the time didn't have this job ID there. It was just called this. So no matter what turbo stream we were subscribed to, no matter which jobs turbo stream we were subscribed to, it would always put the stream's output in the same target. In other words, all the jobs, all these jobs shared the same turbo stream target.
Which is why we saw the behavior we are seeing. Yeah.
Exactly. Because all the jobs shared the same turbo stream target, they were all getting dumped into the same place. So that's why when we added the job ID to the target, now instead of all sharing one, all these jobs have their own individual targets. And so that is the bug fix. Let's open up a pull request for this and review the changes. Okay. So this is the line that actually fixed the bug. And then this is just fixing an unrelated error. Okay, and then here's the test we wrote. So let's review this. We're creating this other job. Then we say, before this assertion, we're going to visit the original job. And we make this assertion to protect against a race condition. I actually don't know that both these requests are necessary. Let's see. So I'm going to put this back the way it was. See system log spec. Because I put this back the way it was, the bug should now be present again. Which it looks like it is. Okay. Do we have to have this first request? I suspect. Oh, wait. Original system log content. Okay. Actually, I'm not so sure now. Let's just see. Okay. Looks like we don't need that first request in order to reproduce the issue. Okay. So we visit the job path, and then let's put this is to prevent a race condition. Then we visit this other job, and I'll add a comment. Okay. And then this is also, I'm actually going to put these comments in line like this. Prevent race condition. That way, when somebody reads this later, they'll know that these expectations are just to prevent a race condition. They're not actual test assertions. Okay, then we go to the system logs tab. Then we make our request. And here, wait for request to finish. Wish I had a better way to do that. Okay, yes. Okay, now we can bring back our fix and see if the test behaves as expected. Yep. Okay. I'll just say improve test. Okay. And interestingly, that failed. Let's see what that's all about. System log spec 68. That's not our new test. Let's see if this is that flaky test that I wrote. Test output spec 31. Okay. So maybe it's actually a new flaky test. Or maybe it's just a legitimate failure. Whoops. Test output spec 31. Okay, interesting. So let's run this one. That fails, which is interesting because I thought I had run this whole file and everything passed before.
Mm.
Okay, so we visit the job path. Oh, visiting a different tab. Maybe what I thought was fixing an error was actually erroneous itself. It was. Okay. Okay. Fix test. Okay. So this is pointless to run because I know it's going to fail, so I'll just delete this one. Okay. Now, when this passes, which I assume it will, we can merge that. While we're waiting, let's see if we can fix this flaky test. Back to main. Okay, it's line 31. What's the failure? Expected to find new test output content, but it didn't. Okay, that was an interesting little flash that we saw there. We have more than one visit or just one? We have just one. After the first log update occurs, I think what we want here is we want yet another thing that prevents a race condition. When we visit this test output page, um, oh, you know what? Let's do it like this. There. To prevent, whoops, race condition. Okay. So I don't know that that's going to fix the flaky test. I'm betting that it will, but I don't know that for sure. So I'm going to say attempt to fix flaky test. Okay, let's see. Okay, this is still running. Is it still running? I don't see any test output for job 2. Okay. Um, oh, this is interesting. Are we having a similar bug where we're seeing job 2's output for job 1? Ha, we are. How unwelcome. Okay, well, at least we probably know how to fix this. Okay, so this is specifically, well, no, it could be for the test output or for system logs, I suppose. Okay, so after I merge this, I'm going to add the beginnings of a test for this, and that'll remind us for next time. Okay, so this passed, so I'm going to merge that. Okay. Um, let's see. I merged it. Okay. Now I'm going to pull, but there's kind of an issue. This test is getting pretty long. There's a lot of different kinds of stuff in it. So here's what I think I want to do. I'm going to do make dir spec streaming um, system logs system. Okay, and I'm going to split this test into multiple tests. Um, okay. So what's the first one? Staying on system log tab. Okay. Staying on system log tab spec.rb. I know that's a mouthful, but I'm okay with that. I'm going to copy this entire file and paste it into here. And I'm going to get rid of everything except this one test. Um, I'll keep this before log update occurs thing, I think. Okay, and so now that I've moved those, I can delete that. Now I'll add a new test visiting a different tab. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I'm going to copy the whole thing, delete everything outside this test. Now I can remove it from here. Okay, visiting different build. Get rid of everything. Oh, that's the last one. Right. Okay. So now we can delete this file entirely. So we've replaced this single system log spec with 3 individual specs, each of which I think are easier to understand. And let me make sure that all of these tests pass. So I'm running everything in system logs. Okay. Let's commit that. Split system logs test into multiple tests. Okay, now that we've done that, spec streaming system log system. Okay. Now our new one is like relative to visiting a different job. So, okay, actually, this is similar to our existing one. So I'm going to do this visiting different job. Yeah, that's exactly it. Okay. Oh, and I need to update these descriptions. All right, I will do that. Visiting different job. Okay, and let me fix these real quick. Let's see. Um, oh, whoops, I did it in the wrong order. Okay. Okay, so this is staying on system log tab. This is visiting different tab. And this is visiting different build. Okay, I'm going to commit that change. Fix test descriptions. Okay. Now, I don't think I'm going to try to write this whole test right now. I'm just going to get it started. Okay. So we'll say, I'm just going to copy all this, even though I surely won't need all of it. Visiting a different job. Okay, and I don't want the build to be in the same project. I want the job to be in the same build. So we can do this. Build job.build. Okay. So this is right. We want to visit this system logs path. I don't even know what we want to do next. I'm not going to bother right now because that is enough of a start. That next time we pick it up, I can look at this and be like, oh yeah, we were writing a test for visiting a different job. Because obviously we have a very similar bug. All right, stuff is passing still, so that's nice to see. It'll take a lot of runs before we can feel confident that I fixed that flaky test.
Yeah, you can say for sure that it is fixed, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, you can never ever know for sure. You can only have an increasing level of confidence. Okay, but I think that's a pretty good place to leave it for today. Let's quickly review what we did. Um, we had a bug where if you visited the system logs for a job that's currently running, and then you visited a different build and went to the system logs, the original job system logs would still show up there. And that was because all the jobs shared the same TurboStream target. We fixed that by giving them all their own individual targets. And obviously, we captured the buggy behavior in a test, which I think made the fix process a bit easier. Writing the test was kind of the hard part. Fixing the bug was easy compared to that. But it's good that we have that test, obviously, because now we can believe that we won't ever have that same regression again. Anyway, thanks, Sanjeet, for joining me. Thank you, dear viewer, for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.